Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. I'm super excited to be with you guys today. In today's quote, I'm going to open up the planner. Today's quote is, this is a long one, so get ready. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again. That was Steve Jobs. And what I love about that quote, if you really break it down and look at it for what it's saying, what is it really talking about? Look at the beginning. If you talk about what it says in the beginning, is once you learn that the power of knowledge and understanding, like once you understand this simple fact. See, one thing about knowledge and understanding is, I like to tell people there's three key phases in the learning, like when you're learning something. The first phase is awareness, right? Because you go from a stage that you don't know what you don't know. You have no idea that you don't know. And then when you receive the knowledge, when you receive the understanding, you become aware. So using that as the quote says, everything around you is a result of human creation. So someone saw something, they saw a need, they saw a want, they saw something that they could possibly change or make better. And they said, wait a minute, let me understand this a little bit more. They got some knowledge, some understanding behind it. And then the next, I said there was three: awareness. And then after awareness is making the decision. You have to decide, you know what? I want to go after this. I want to make it happen. And the last thing after making a decision is putting in work, taking action towards that desired result, So, but going back to what I just said, the simple fact, if you can remember this simple fact, everything around you, you name anything around you, this phone, my iPhone, I got all these Apple products, my AirPods, this planner, my hard drive, this bottle, everything around me was designed by a human being that decided to create something. And one thing, if I can instill anything in you today, is to remind you that you were designed in God's image. And what's the first thing that the Bible says about God? A lot of people think, it says all these other, but the simple fact that what it says in the Bible, it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. But what did he do? He created. So if we're designed in his image, we were designed to create. So if you go back to the quote, it says everything around you, everything you call life around you was designed by someone that's no smarter than you. So what does that, once again, what does that lead to? So first we think about creation, but then it leads to empowerment. How so? Because you're empowered by that statement. You say, you know what? Everything around me, even this mic, you're looking at this mic right here. This mic was created by something that's probably no smarter than me. They just saw the technology of the mic and they wanted to change it. They wanted to make it better. They want to light it up. They want to do something different. And it comes down to two things. When you really dig deep in this quote, he uses two words: the ability to change and influence. Change and influence. Now, the struggle with the first word, change, guess what? I don't like change. See, one thing I realized in success and in developing and personal development, becoming better, is that if nothing changes, nothing changes. In order to become better, you have to become better. You have to do something different. If you want a different result, you got to try something different. So it's looking at things, seeing this microphone. Can I make this better? Do I have the knowledge and understanding to make this better? And if I do, can I make it better? Let's go try. Let's go put in work to make that. The key thing is, I want to empower you today for you to realize that you can participate. A lot of times we think, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't know. Once again, there's people out there creating massive success and creating new inventions, new ideas daily that are no smarter than you and I, which leads from empowerment to transformation. You truly grasping that, understanding that, and accepting that reality and internalizing it, like saying, you know what, that is in me. I do got what it takes. I am that strong. I am that smart. I do got what it takes to change the world, to make something better, to have influence over an industry, an influence over an idea, and then transform it. Because once you internalize it and realize it, you can go out there and transform not only yourself, but go transform that idea that you have. And I'll give you an example of, once again, everything around us was designed by someone that created it, but who's to say that you can't make it better? Or who's to say you can't take that idea and take something from it and go make it better? Example, the quote, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but that quote is from Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. So this guy went on to found Apple. He also did Pixar. I don't know if you knew that Steve Jobs actually created Pixar, all that good stuff. So the phone I'm carrying here, these AirPods, it was designed by the corporation that this gentleman started in the 70s. But what was it about Steve Jobs? Think about it real quick. Steve Jobs, one of his first jobs was at Atari. You know Atari? I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't know how old you are, but Atari was a gaming system. They used to develop games. It was before Nintendo, right? So he worked there and doing all this computer work. He said to himself, I understand this. I have knowledge with it, but you know what? I can change it. I have the influence around me to gather people. He gathered Steve Wozniak, one of the engineers, and he started getting people around him, and he influenced them to develop a company named Apple. How cool is that? That's pretty cool if you ask me. Another one, Honda. You know Honda, like Honda Accord, the car company, the automotive company. He started off as a young mechanic helping his father in a bike shop, I believe it was. And all he dreamed was one day he wanted to work for Toyota. He wanted to work for Toyota on the assembly line. And one of his first businesses that he started creating piston rings for the car, for the engine. And he actually manufactured piston rings for Toyota. Did you know that Honda wasn't even a car company? It started off as a motorcycle company. He started working on bikes, got into motorcycles, and next thing you know, he's doing cars that turned into a corporation that does both motorcycle cars. They do all kinds of things, which is Honda now today. Why? Because he saw the change. He said, I have an understanding of how things work mechanically. I have a knowledge of that. I can go change it. There's people out there that created other cars from that, Toyota, Ford, all these other companies. They're no smarter than me. Let me go change the game. And he did that. That's how much power you have. And once you have an understanding and you have the awareness, like I said earlier, the awareness, you have to go out there, make a decision, and then back that decision up with some action. And that's the catalyst right there. The catalyst all comes from having awareness. That's why awareness is key. You have to be aware of the opportunities around you. Another one of my favorite quotes, speaking of awareness, is you could be at the right place at the right time and not recognize it. It is as if you were never, ever there. That's the importance of recognizing that in awareness, that you can change and you can influence, and being aware that, and looking at surroundings, looking at things, looking at opportunities, looking at inventions and saying, can I make that better? Can I do more? So my question to you is, what do you have knowledge in? What do you have an expertise in? What gets you excited that maybe you can change it a little bit? Maybe you can influence it just a little bit and make it that much more better. And with that idea, with that invention, what if you were able to impact the world in a major, major way and change the game? See, these are the reasons that if you go through the planner, I have all these specific quotes, because these quotes, I didn't just throw them in there. They were handpicked by me because they got me excited about life. They got me excited about being an entrepreneur. They got me excited about success and going after it. Not only do I give you quotes in the planner, but I also give you declarations. So let's speak about this week's declaration. This week's declaration is, my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless, and my potential to succeed is infinite. How powerful, that gets me excited. How powerful is that? My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. is limitless. I have so much ability, because here's the thing, with ability, you can keep gathering. You can become smarter. You can become stronger. Your ability is infinite. It's limitless. And my potential to succeed is infinite. Why is your potential to succeed infinite? Because at the end of the day, if you just have the mentality, I'm going to give you something real quick. Either you have the mentality, I'm going to win, or I'm going to learn until I succeed. I'm going to win my way to success, or I'm going to learn my way to success. There is no losing. Because if you can take out of a loss a lesson, is that really a loss? Because you just won a lesson. And if you take that lesson and become better and come at it one more time, fail yourself forward, failure is not bad as long as it's a lesson from it. And you keep pushing, you keep trying new things, going at it with a new change, with new influence, new knowledge, and you're going at things a new way. Even speaking of inventions, how about Thomas Edison? He said he failed creating the light bulb 1,000 times. When asked, how did it feel? He goes, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times? He goes, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I was successful 1,000 times on how it doesn't work. See the mindset right there? And that's what I want you to take away with this declaration. My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless, and my potential to succeed is infinite. Thank you so much for your time. God bless. Let's go impact this world, and let's go live life to the max.